What can I say about this book and Carrie Fletcher? I want to start with the fact that I'm not very big on romance novels, but this book is brilliant. If I had to categorise it on the other side, I would have to say that it's a very, 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 very low fantasy romance. I say very low fantasy because Carrie merely dabbles with some magical ideas, but the book is very much grounded into everyday life. I'm not sure if this applies for everyone, but I'll go through all the non-spoiler reasons why you'll love this book. Carrie's book makes you think of all those times where you say, yeah, I've done that, or you've thought about that. It makes it feel very honest. Everything about romance in this book feels like everyone else's idea of romance. But it's perfectly paired with what feels like the crushing of reality. It might only be me, but when reading this I feel like every single character was a part of me. I felt so deeply connected to the story because I felt something for pretty much everyone. I didn't want to get too connected to Evie, the main character of the book. You might consider that strange. It's not because of her character, but just how I felt. Evie is not like me, although we do share traits. Her personality made me wonder whether or not I would be on board with the rest of the story. In particular because for a large majority of the book you see the world through her young eyes. I won't give spoilers, but my point about Evie is this. Why do I care about Evie? How can I empathise with her? I was looking at it the wrong way. Where a woman reading this might put herself in the role of Evie, I couldn't. I can definitely empathise with other characters, and Evie's storyline is that of many girlfriends that I've had. On the other side becomes fascinating because it's the life you always wanted in the most romantic way possible, but with all the soul-crushing and devastation of your normal day-to-day life. Carrie's book is a rollercoaster of emotion. As I found out, blitzing through it in one day, and going through the variations of anger, sadness, joy and hope, wink wink, and so many other emotions. The story is totally compelling, and I will never be able to rave about how great it actually is. It doesn't matter what age you are, if you're a teenager reading this book, a 20-something, a 30-something, there really is something in there for you. I love that life happens to all of the characters. Carrie doesn't spare any of the characters from heartbreak and what happens in life. This isn't a fairy tale. Bad things happen to good people. Now, I want to go over a couple of things that I'm not so keen on. It's bound to happen, it's a book, I've got my own set of values. Don't get me wrong, I love this book and there's nothing against Carrie. Here are things that I didn't like as much. The book dabbles with magic. It refuses to do anything more than dip its toe in. It's not a bad thing, but it was very confusing for me at one part in this book. I was convinced that the book had turned into some sort of horror thriller, and Carrie, if you're reading this, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The funny part is, though, within the first few pages we're dealing with supernatural, so maybe I shouldn't have been surprised. It just felt a little strange to have the majority of this sort of super romance novel, sort of mostly based in reality, and then just wham, straight into it. The book focuses quite a lot on one portion of Evie's life more than others. I understand why, especially considering Carrie's in her 20s, and I'm guessing I would say Carrie was more comfortable writing in those years because those would be the most memorable and the most recent. Only thing I would say is that it would have been fantastic to see more of a struggle with Evie as she got older. This part is really spoilerish. There's nothing after this part of the video, so if you haven't read the book, finish the video here. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button and leave a comment down below. I really, really, really enjoy the ending. It was so fitting to see Vincent and Evie together at last in her own personal heaven. This might just be me. We already know Evie's heart was all for Vincent. But what happens when Jim dies? Is his personal heaven going to have a separate Evie that doesn't care about Vincent, or is he just on his own forever? It seems unpleasant that a man who did all he could for his best friend would live in an awful version of his own personal heaven, especially when they found happiness together. Maybe I'm reading into things a little bit too much, but hey, that's how I felt. Anyway, thank you for watching, hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and I shall see you next time. Thank you.